It says you're live already, though.
Yeah, I think we are live now.
Guys, we're totally live.
Happen? Yeah, I didn't even do the countdown.
All right, we're going to hit the countdown right now.
Why do the count?
Hey, I feel like that intro gets better every time I watch it.
It's getting smoother. We're dialing it in. Those sleeves are getting rolled up. You know how it is.
Dude, we're representing today. Black Tea Gang. Frank, I see you got it on. Hey, we got gear, boys.
You know what's up.
Mine's still blank.
Right gear. I just want to tell you, if you're a married man, don't get this shirt. Girls are going to be all over you. It's been ridiculous. It's a life-changing experience getting this shirt. Nah, hey, you already know what it is. I don't even do it all.
You got to hit him with the
what up. What up? Hey, we're back. The gang's all here. Frank, Ant, appreciate both of you guys for being here. Hey, let's jump right into this. So, you already know we got the 12-team SuperFlex PPR Redraft. It's going down. We're grading it. Happy late 4th of July to everybody. As Anthony always says, without further ado.
Without further ado, baby.
All right, hey.
Frank, you're not
going to hit the intro? I thought that was like the whole hit the intro part.
Well, we already hit the intro. Now we just have this fancy switch screen. We're going to bring up the draft board here. Well, it's not fancy yet. We're still working on it, but still.
We've double introed before.
We got Evan Ramos in the room right here. What up, ballers?
What up? What up? The people
just showed up.
Flying in. They're flying in. Let's go.
There will be no Cowboys disrespect on this show. I missed last show. I had to watch it. I was live streaming.
It was getting
ridiculous. It was getting ridiculous.
It was probably my favorite show by far, as far as the chat goes.
I was trying to shut it down.
Cowboys spewed hate, and it was fantastic. Bring it.
Hey, blasphemous. Blasphemous, boys. Hey. All right, so you guys know what I normally do, right? We see who the first drafter is. We got our one and only Rasta. Usually I come in, I tear you up. So a little backstory on this one. Ant, do you want to fill us in?
Yeah, man. So first and foremost, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna bring up Dim Boys here because basically, this is kind of what happened to me. I was sitting on the turn, here on the soft corner, I guess you'd say, and I decided to go kind of tight end early, kind of shock everybody in the draft. And then
Frank's pissed.
Yeah, and then when it came back around, I kind of realized there was really no kind of quarterbacks available there that I wanted. So I kind of just went Diggs instead of Burrow right there. And then basically I got challenged to a zero QB strategy. So I was told to see if I can hang off until the 7th or the 8th. And so this is what I was able to put together. So let me know what you think.
Hey, so I'm going to be honest with you on this one. Oh, go ahead, Frank.
Hey, tell me how you really feel.
What'd you give him, Frank?
I was just looking at it, and I seen what he was talking about here. The QB strategy, but Darren Waller is what hurt the team there instead of taking Tyreek Hill, for example. I don't think that Waller's going to be better than the Hill. You know what I mean?
But he couldn't have got Tyreek Hill. It goes
the other way? Okay. Oh, it's going the other way. Sorry, my bad. But I just don't like even, and the running backs that he ends up getting are still, you know what I mean? Like the wide receivers in Woods and Smith, you know what I mean? Like the right quarterback core is what is just dead for him. You know what I mean? You're QB1 in the car at Newton. You're hoping for Teddy Bridgewater to win the job over there, and then Mills may probably be starting. It's probably his starter right there. Didn't work out.
Yeah, no, and it was tough. Yeah, no, and it was tough, and I have to admit, man, it was not comfortable, but I kind of wanted to see, what would happen, if I kind of put myself in that situation. But yeah, it was rough, man. I would definitely have to make some trades here, and see if I can get some type of QB2 status going on there. But I'd have a lot riding on Derek Carr, who normally is like a QB3. So yeah, I'm down there, man.
You know what I mean?
I gave myself a C minus if that.
Yeah.
If that.
Hey,
I didn't want to be rough on it, but I mean, it's
I
really
was
you like
a
the
little
team?
nicer than you guys. When you're walking away with the arguably number one running back, could be, I'm not saying he is, could be number one tight end and number one receiver from last year. Like I can't knock that for sure. We always stress on trying to get the biggest quarterbacks that you can, get them early, often, that sort of thing. But I mean, even looking at your competition, like you're not in a bad spot with what you have.
You put
See,
it up.
there
I
it
was
is.
reading.
Yeah, Dim Boy is saying,
Dim
I wouldn't
Boy.
even
he gives
give him
it
a
a
C+,
now.
man.
Hey, I guess I just got to give up the
Tracy
mic
guy.
now and just give it to Dim Boys over here now. He's throwing up grades on me now, so I'll keep up the good work.
Hey,
man.
we're cool
I
with
think I
that.
need to get 1 or 2 more drafts in.
Well, it good. That team that he got looked good, honestly.
Yeah. Frankie, I'm just going to let you know, dude. I don't know if everyone else is having an issue, but I can hear almost like only every other word you got. So you might have to like do a quick disconnect and reconnect on your mic situation, but it's cutting in and out bad. So just check your connections there. All right. So that's not just me. But anyway, while he's doing that,
I'm getting the same, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so unfortunately it says I don't think you have the
Enough
equity to
about
make
you.
proper
Enough
trades.
about you. Let's go to
Get some
KingSaab.
strategy. Hey, I told Frank, man, it's not about me, it's about the people. I'm reading the people's comment. The show is nothing without them.
Stop it.
It's nothing without them.
Hey, stop it.
But yeah,
testing.
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm cool with you reading the comments.
That sounds
for
better.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yep, with his notepad.
Dim
Hey,
Boys
the
with his
notepad
notepad.
has
Getting better?
made the show.
Yes, Frank.
Is that
That's
better?
much better.
Much better.
You told us to grade on you. Now we're live, so I'm just following directions. Absolutely. Keep it coming, man. I love it. Yeah, I think he set me up for this. He baited me into going 0 QB so he can tear me up on Monday. I love it. Let's go. Moving on to the king. Yeah. Oh, no, you go ahead. I apologize. I don't transition. That's my job.
He said to the king. Hey, KingSaab's back. He's here. I mean, Frank, hey, let's hear. I want to hear how you're doing now.
I like this team better. Obviously, it's like, I mean, he starts off with Mahomes. You can't go wrong. I like Gibson. I like D-Hop. Etienne's young. You know what I mean? He ends up with Pitts. I think that's a good spot to take him in the fourth. And then Davis. I think he's going to be a good RB2, maybe even RB1. But Tua and Fitzpatrick is where he's like, well, for some QB help there at that point. I don't want to just go through the whole thing here, but I give him like a B+. I think he could have just went with the fourth QB as well, or just maybe waited a little long on those. But it could work out.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I really like his team. His first 3 picks killed it. But we know a lot of times things are won in the later rounds. I like what he did with Parker, J.D. McKissick. I mean, he could have just ironed out his middle rounds a little more. Hey, but overall, I like what he did. What'd you give him, Matt?
Yeah, I'm right there with the B+. What's funny though is he actually kind of auto picked from D-Hop to Pitts. He ended up getting a work call, an emergency work call. So he kind of went on auto draft right there. But it looks like auto draft kind of the ADPs are kind of fixed. It actually kind of filled out a nice little team for him. But I was completely on the live stream. If anybody was catching the live stream, I completely was predicting a CEH pick on the turn right there after he went Gibson. Us knowing KingSaab, he always comes back and goes CEH right there in that spot over Hopkins. So again, I just would be interested to see what his team would turn out like if he didn't hit that auto pick right there. So, but nonetheless,
end up with CEH.
yeah, You know that because that's who he always grabs right there. If you look at all the draft
I like
history,
Hopkins
man.
over CH.
Well, so do I. So
solid
I think
pick.
it went. Yeah, I think it went fine for him there. But again,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it happens that way, and yeah, B plus.
Yeah, I just
Hey,
think
so
it's a little light on the
Hopkins has
QB2
over-
situation.
Yeah, and the receivers, you got
Hopkins
two
has
Miami
over
guys.
150 targets the last 6 years.
Yep.
Last year he was third in yards, second in receptions. I think that's a solid pick right there. I'm a lot higher on Hopkins than I'm sure other people are, but you can see here he's coming off as the fourth wide receiver. Not like he's that low, but I feel like he's so much higher than Ridley, at least in my book. Even with yeah.
Yeah, well, and the interesting thing too is we'll get to it when we get there, but Howie actually auto drafted Devontae Adams there as well, so that kind of threw the whole wide receiver thing off. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But either way, he's still up there, though. I mean, it's still basically top 3. I think I have him ranked 3 or 4 in my rankings in a PPR. So
speaking of Calvin Ridley, we're jumping to Ron Swanson.
We're giving them some love for LaVista Chenault right there.
There it is.
Hey,
yep.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, you guys can hit that. Hey, throw the comments up whenever. It doesn't have to be just me. You guys do it.
Hey, we've all talked very highly. We like the LaVista.
Agreed.
Hop is a better pick there. I agree. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking now, forever hold your peace. Chat, where you at? Nah. Ron Swanson. Hey, he's here. He's got somebody that I like, somebody that I've been you know, I didn't like his team. Even looking at it, there's a lot of names that I didn't like. I love that he got Brandon Cooks in the 12th round. Like, that's a steal. He's got all the Samuels that are in the NFL, basically. I'm just not digging. I like Najee, of course, but like I said about Calvin Ridley, like, I'm surprised he went that much higher than Allen Robinson. Like, he lost me in a few places, but he's got a pretty solid team, so things could pan out for him for sure. What'd you think, at?
I was right here with a B plus, and it would have been higher because I do like the team. You know, I'm actually okay with Cousins as my QB2. You know, he's not sexy, but I think he's definitely a serviceable QB2 where you're not kind of like, you know, oh man, you know, I need to focus on this. I think he's fine. You know, Trey Lance, if he ends up starting, I think he's fine as a QB3, and it's looking more and more like that every day. To me, if you guys just kind of look at it, it looks like he's just missing an RB2 in there, kind of like in that Hawkinson area. Like if that's an RB2,
yeah,
you know, maybe the team's a little better. But at the same time, depending on what, you know, guys were there, you know, I can understand why he kind of took Hawkinson. If you guys kind of look at this overall draft just more as a whole, you'll kind of see with as it being a super flex, it wasn't really a common get right draft, interestingly enough. Normally we have a run of quarterbacks that go off the board. You know, usually people have, you know, both their 2 quarterbacks well before, you know, the 4th and 5th round. But you can kind of see here that they kind of got spread out a little bit. And I don't know if that's because people are drafting more.
I can see out of the corner of my eye right now just by visually looking at the colors. A team that just stands out to me that I know it's probably an A right there. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
Right. Yeah, and we'll get there. I saw the same thing. So, yeah. So, that's where we're at. So, just catching up on here. There it is. Card carrying libertarian. Yeah. I love me some Ron Swanson. And RBs get him a C- at best. Ooh, look at these guys. I love it.
I heard, you know,
we have to start giving out rating certificates.
He's 100% right with that.
There.
Let's go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to give him props because honestly, Damian Harris there.
You like Damian Harris?
He's getting some good. He's getting some good talk. He says he's going to be the RB1 over there in New England, and he's getting some. You know, it's like I think it as for taking where he got him.
Belichick.
I think he's as good as he got. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not trusting Belichick, but I still like even the Connor pick too later on. But he is weak on obviously the RB2 situation. You know, like you're saying, they could have just flowed out differently.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of missing it. It looked like someone just kind of reached in and grabbed the RB2 off of this team. I mean, that's all it is. Yeah. Like, if you just throw an RB2 in that team, it's an A draft easily.
Hey, when he could have stole a whole lot of people right there.
But I think Harris might be an RB2.
Yeah, I mean, you're wishing, you know, but again, it's you know, you could say that with every team. So not every team, but you know what I mean.
Other guys are
Yeah,
everywhere.
everyone's not going to
Yeah,
pan
I get
out.
you.
But yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying. So, but again, and agreed. You know, I love the Connor, but you hate the running back by committee. So
Even
again, you're just kind of
Boys
hoping
agrees
one of
with
those
me.
guys emerge. Yeah.
Them boys don't know what he's
he
talking
likes
about.
Harrison Connor late like that. Yeah. The Connor.
That's awesome.
He said
But hate the
he said he
running
thinks
back
they'll
by
both
committee.
be
Yeah,
low in
everybody defended
RB2s. What?
I don't know.
The time's all said and done.
All right, guys. Hey,
We digress.
moving on to Wilson 27. And we're gonna talk about Dalvin.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was our off the phone conversation we had prior to getting on the air. Man, the disrespect for Derrick Henry. I mean, I'll get to riding around in the Rover later, but man, I get it. Hey, I actually really like Wilson's team. He's one of the top teams I would say in this draft for sure. And that's me counting obviously Sam Darnold as his QB2 because Wentz, like, he's gonna get points, but not all points are good points, man. That's dirty points. Dirty points right there.
You guys got dominoes. You know how it goes. Not all points are good points.
Hey, that dude might actually pan out, dude. You never know, dude. Both of those guys got new scenery, and people that are working with, obviously they went out and got him. So why aren't they going to put people around him and get him in a good situation? So it might pan out. It wasn't a bad QB. Remember, not too long ago. Remember,
my boy gave himself 5 pluses. 5 pluses. So it's A plus. Oh man, hey, no, but this is a solid team. By far, I would say out of the 4 that we've covered, this is by far the best team. If I had to take over team, like I'm loving the Mixon, loving the Sanders picks. Obviously, I'm always talking very highly on those guys. And then to come back and steal Michael Thomas in the 5th round, like the disrespect is so real for Michael Thomas.
Yep. I came in with an A.
What'd you give him, Frank? What was your final grade on him?
Oh yeah, my bad.
I give him the A also, man. I like Higgins. I like where he took Thomas.
Okay.
I like the whole team. I mean, he's running back heavy, and that's a good thing because now he could trade off if he needs some help in the QB department. I think it might be okay. You know what I mean? You never know. But I mean, that's probably the only weakest spot, and that's not even that bad, I think.
Is this who you were talking about when you said the color scheme? You can look at his team and already tell that you're gonna. No, okay,
not this one. We'll get there.
Yeah,
you'll see it. You guys see it. You guys know in the chat. I'm sure you guys know the blueprint, the get right blueprint for SuperFlex. So yeah,
There's
so my man Wilson
here, really.
I was gonna say, yeah, there is kind of 2 close ones. Wilson, I got you down here as an A.
Mike and Ryden.
You'll see. Close. Wilson's probably like, dude, just let him give me my A already. But nah, man, I say the only thing is he just misses the A plus. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. You guys did a good job on it already. To me, he just misses the A plus just with the last 2 picks. To me, I'd like to see like a Bateman, a Randall Moore, someone else, even a Phillip Lindsay, instead of a Nyheim Hines. Again, I'm just not a big Nyheim and Murray fan. Don't get me wrong. If, Kamara goes down, I think it's there. But, for the most part, that's where I'm at. So, yeah, I'm good.
No, I like it. I like it. It's solid 18. It's going to ride out for you.
I'm rocking with him. A plus. Hey, there's our first one. Let's jump on to Andrew. 112691. I'm going to tell you.
Is that our boy Andrew or different Andrew?
Different Andrew.
No, different Andrew.
New Andrew?
So I'm telling you right now. Yes, new drafter.
Yeah, new
I'm giving my dude an A, 100% A, based on his picture that he's got here. He waited in the long line. He did the tour. He's in the Dallas Stadium. He's standing on the star. That right there does it for me. Your team. Oh,
welcome to Get Right.
Man, hey, your team would get you an F in my book, but your picture got you an A, my man, because this is rough. When you got Mac Jones as your number 2 QB, I'll save you before these 2 other guys tear you up. Anthony's going to hate your Josh Jacobs. Frank's going to tell you took Kittle way too early. Yikes. Stay tuned. Hey, stay tuned. Watch. Watch how it's done. We'll change up a few strategies for you. Not the color coding you wanted to see, right, Frank?
Yeah, no, that's not the color coding you want to see. Taking Matt Ryan was like the best choice he had made so far at that point. Like, honestly, no, I like the team. It has some good points for, Taylor and Hill. Again, you're right. Kittle, White, bother with them there. But I mean, if you're taking them as like wide receiver 1, then that's what you're ending up with. I'm not sure about the whole, Jacobs. I like Scary Terry. I like Matt Ryan where he took him, but then ends up with, like you're saying, Matt Jones and Tyrod Taylor. Those are your QB2s, and that's just terrible. So I give him I'll give him a C overall.
There you go.
Very, very nice of you, Frank.
Absolutely. New drafters, man. We got to keep these guys coming around. We can't beat them up too bad. So you got the A+ from Dustin, I think, based on the picture. I'm right in there with the C as well. I mean, it has some potential, but there's so many question marks with everything on there. And just a lot of guys personally I don't care for myself, and Jacobs and Gordon. And just, again, those QBs are really, risky. You're kind of really putting a lot of, faith in Tyrod being a, consistent QB2. But yeah, this could have been, his first draft of the year. So keep on coming out, and, we'll go from there.
Yeah, you got to get a solid QB2 that, starting and putting up some points for you.
Sorry, I'm in the chat room, guys.
He's banning people over here. If you kind of have this,
I don't have that power. They don't give me that power.
No, because we would have nobody left by the end of by like 10 minutes into the stream. We'd have no. It'd be crickets in there. Everyone would be banned.
Move past that comment. You're holding that one up there a little too.
We'll move to something good.
Need to mute that guy.
What's up, Gabe? Shout out to Gabe. He didn't make it on the on this draft, but he's going to join us here next Friday for Friday Night Mocks, man. Shout out to you, man. We'll get you in here. Can't wait to have you. So thanks for the support, brother.
Gabriel, hey, put a Dallas logo, sure. And you're probably going to get an A. Speaking of horrible logos,
man, see,
hey, it's our boy, the one. Oh wow, NYG for get that off the. See, I'm not even gonna say his name, Mike.
Hey, there you
don't
go.
even get an
Them boys got you right there.
Yes. See. Hey, NFC East is deep in our chat. Hey,
man.
Mike, again, awesome articles. If you guys haven't gone to the website, Get Right FF. Mike has his rankings up. I feel like that was implied. I just said HTTPS, whatever. Hey, Mike's got awesome articles. I'm sniping his guys when we're drafting together. I'm kind of figuring them out. He was just on video with us. We love having him. We hate his attire. He's got horrible jerseys, horrible logo picture. Other than that, he's got that color coding. I know these guys are kind of digging. Personally, man, he's got some guys I wanted to talk about. So Josh Allen was from the research that I've done, he was the highest average points per game last year, which is pretty good. You know what I mean? You're getting him as third quarterback off the board. Obviously, Mr. Swanson felt very highly on Murray. But Eckler, I think he's easily going to get 100 to 110 catches this year at very minimum. Joe Burrow is what you guys are thinking. Trevor Lawrence is going to be – he's already done it. He's just coming off an injury. And then Carson with Keenan Allen, I mean, it's a steal. You got a lot of Chargers right there. Then he's got some young guys. I really like his team right here. So I'd put him up there with Wilson for sure.
Yeah, that dude had to be wearing a jersey on the show. Shame, yeah. Anthony.
Shout out.
Should have blurred it the whole time.
Oh, see, Frank took it off. I was gonna leave that up there for a little while longer. No, man.
Hey, that could be because Mahomes didn't play week 17 because the stats I did read were weeks 1 through 17. So, boom. But we all know Mahomes is on a whole different level. So
yeah, and that's why he was 2 off the board. Absolutely. But yeah, man. I mean, you kind of nailed it. I'm right there with you as far as the blueprint of a SuperFlex. If you can pull it off, it doesn't always work out this way, but if you can get it done, if you see it coming out, to me, this is kind of where you get the best value out of your draft. It can be kind of altered, which we'll get into here a little bit, in a couple more picks here. But for the most part, I'm not going to go into it. You guys nailed it on it. I'm right there with you guys on this one. So,
What'd you give it?
what you thinking, Frank? Oh, A-.
Oh, this is I'd say solid A for sure.
It's just because the
it's
RB 3 and 4. It's the RB 3 and 4. Those guys are more handcuffs to me. I know some people see them more as like a split backfield, but I don't consider them like a Chubb, Hunt, or even an Edmonds, or
they're not get that much
Connor,
of a split, right?
Yeah, it's not a Jacobs, Drake. Like, to me, it's not that type of backfield. I mean, those guys that are in front of them are being drafted, pretty much as a top 12, top 15 running back ahead of them on their own team. And on top of that, it's Edwards, he's like RB3 on his own team.
Yeah.
So again, that's why he gets the A-. But the blueprint is,
I'm okay with it. I just give him an A. I don't mind.
You're good.
But yeah, I mean, that's the setup, man. Allen, Eckler, Burrows, Carson. You see how it flows, and then it goes wide receiver, and the team looks ready to go now. You know what I mean? Like, you could win with this team for sure. You know what I mean? I'll barring injuries and things happening, you're going to be comfortable riding with it. And I agree with Dylan and Edwards. Like you're saying, they're just low end RB2s. But it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, as long as nobody gets hurt, he's going to be fine.
Nice. Were you guys showing these messages? Are we behind on these messages here?
We're way behind. I don't think I have access to even do the messages.
All right, there we go.
But yeah, we cover that.
All right. Did we say this? There you go.
It's a give me Lawrence
go
over
back
Burrow.
to that one. My boy Dim Boys is on fire in the chat right now. It's a damn good draft, though. Too bad he can't root for somebody better. Amen.
Amen to that. Let's see. Yeah. So I have Allen as my QB2 as well. Mine too.
Sometimes.
Right. NYG guy says, give me Lance over Burrow. Or Lawrence over Burrow. I'm sorry. Misspoke there. Got this mic in my way. Burrow has way more weapons. Yeah, and I would agree. He does have more weapons there. So, yeah. So, says he's going to struggle. I mean, yeah, that team's not great yet, but we'll see. I'd rather kind of take the chance on the unknown. But, again, I passed for both of those guys for Diggs.
Yeah,
anyway, I agree.
The Bengals got so much better.
Quality, wide receivers, better coach. Yeah, well, see what he can do with it.
Yeah, we'll see. So
I like Burrow's situation though. I like the wide receivers he's got with. He's working with. So I think
he's going to be Mike's back. Yeah, I hope they just use him in the passing game. Like, I hope they use him in the passing game.
Who, Joe?
I thought it was just like an Andy Dalton thing, but like. It's just truly it's like a Bengals thing. They just don't want to throw him the ball for whatever reason, but they like want to run him up the middle. It's like he's not that kind of guy. He's like, anyway, we'll do a whole show on Joe Mixon. We should do a whole show on Mixon.
Hey, well,
I have a lot of stuff to say about this guy. Yeah, and Chase. Yeah,
his receiver. They should have went offensive line for sure. Like, absolutely. They need help there. Joe Mixon is going to open him up. He, when you get to handpick your receivers. In this draft, we've seen something we've never seen. Like, everybody was just going with their college receivers, so you gotta love it. You gotta, they already got the history together. They know what they're doing. So,
there's
whatever. Hey,
there's a chicken sighting in the chat.
Yeah, the chickens.
We got these two together again. The bet is still on. It's the beyond a gentleman's bet. Anyway, moving on.
In 5 years, we're gonna see.
We have it on tape.
Who was it? It was Ohio State. Okay, we'll get there. Hey, follow us. I think we're gonna be tracking all our bets too. You guys might actually make it on there. We got some gentlemen's bets going on. We love to see it, guys. You guys can interact if you got bets. Hey, we'll track them. Hey, but moving on to Corin. 1298. I like Corin, man.
If that's an on purpose,
that's not a bad
misspelling,
idea.
I love
Sorry
it.
to interrupt, but I'll throw up on the webpage. We'll put a gentleman's bets section.
Absolutely.
That way we can keep track of them.
I have it on a.
Yes, I know we got a
spreadsheet, so
couple
I'll
written
get that
down,
to you.
right?
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll
Okay,
get them soon.
yeah. Sorry,
We'll add that on
it's all
there.
business.
Hey,
Sorry, but I just took the idea. I just thought about it. I
Hey,
liked
we're
it.
live.
So I don't want to
Sometimes
mention that
things
real
like
quick.
this happen live, so we're good.
hey, you gotta love it. So if you guys got your gentlemen's bets, we know it's a lot of testosterone in this chat room. So hey, if you guys want to call each other
Right.
out, we'll track it for you. We're gonna know who pays.
We
who
need to
doesn't,
check
all
some
that kind of good
more of the
stuff.
female listeners. Oh, I have a friend of mine. I talked to this girl. We were camping at Fishing. She had an all-female fantasy football league. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Oh,
All-female
that's
fantasy
nice.
football league. So if I could get them to follow us or whatever and get them in on our mock drafts, to be, hey, we need to, think that way. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Sorry.
chat's gonna go
Just
crazy.
sticking out loud.
Hey, chat's gonna go wild.
Right?
I don't know if we're ready for
These guys
that.
would be
Or quiet. Or quiet.
chasing after right?
I don't know what I would do.
All of a sudden gets quiet. Quiet up in here.
Right when we said that, we got like 2 more viewers. They're like, "Oh, girls are coming in the draft." We got like 2 more viewers. That's perfect.
All of a sudden, they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
He was beat by Haskins. For me, it was very telling.
Yeah, super down on bro.
Super down for bro.
There it is.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I'm good. I'm good with bro.
Nice. All right, so I think we're getting into Corin. My bad. Sorry, I digress.
Corin, we like you. Girls. Hey, Corin, we got our youngster. He's awesome. He's doing like a lot of video editing, stuff like that. I definitely like following him. So if you guys don't, figure out how to and do it.
Anything NFL podcast.
His team, I already feel bad for you, Corin. I'm not even gonna pass you off to Frank right now. Frank's fuming. Hey, chat, let him know. We already know what Frank's gonna do on this one. Anthony, let's give it to you. Be nice.
All right, so Corin, you know what's going on, man. The top end talent is great. Those first picks are fantastic. You lose me at the Watson pick, and during the live draft, he actually asked me. So I'm pretty sure he knew this was coming because he asked me to kind of take a look at his team during the draft, and I was looking at it, and it was literally right after he had made that Watson pick. So I should have just told him, or if we could have kind of got a hold of him before that. Yeah, there was a girl sighting on this show, believe it or not. Yeah, there was some girls talk. But no, man. I don't even know where I was now. I see you got me talking about girls or thinking about girls. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, once you go Watson, I was like, oh, we're all over the place now. But yeah, so Watson, I'm like, am I blushing? Am I turning red? You make a black guy blush over here.
I'll let your wife walk in.
I know, right? I'm like, that's why I was probably like, oh man, she's probably watching.
I feel like I've already been cheating.
We're in trouble. Yeah, like I'm already in trouble. We got to shut this down.
Dominate's watching for sure.
Exactly. But no, man, I used all my airtime for that. So yeah, I just came in at a C+.
And time's up.
We talked about it already. Yeah. So we're done. Go ahead, Frank. Sorry, I tried to drag it out as long as I could for it, but it's coming now. Feel that wrath.
No. I obviously it's done move. Why would you take this guy here? He's your QB2. You end up with Garoppolo as your QB2. Really, you know what I mean? Like the rest of the team is solid. Like he started off strong. Kamara, Akers, Metcalf, Brown. I loved it. Even Trey Lawrence. I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? He's taking the rookie QB.
Hey, Frank gives the most nicknames out of everybody else. I like it.
Go ahead. Don't mind us.
But instead of Trevor, I know. I just call him Trey. Who cares? Lawrence. How about that?
I like that.
Complete a pass in the NFL, and then I'll call you by your first name.
Yeah, we'll get there. Like you haven't even started yet. Like I've seen all these guys come. Dude, that's why I'm like always tentative, especially on QBs, man. They've been talked up so much, and they get to the NFL, and they either flop or they don't. You know what I mean? It's hard to say which ones are going to make it. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Obviously. But I like the Noah Fant pick, even when he took him, whatever. Honestly, the rest of the team just kind of went downhill right after Deshaun. So, it's a D to me.
There it is, man.
We knew it.
The only way you can rate by having one less pick. Just don't pick that guy. And Frank, what's his grade? Take Deshaun out of there.
Oh,
Deshaun's
probably
not
would have
there.
been B to NA.
See, that's all it is, guys. It's just as simple as that. Like, I don't know why you guys don't understand. Just watch the shows. And I mean that in the nicest way. I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, Dim Boys got paid $20 for taking him in the last round. I mean, that's how adamant he is about this. So
I
mean,
literally
I'm trying to help y'all out.
Should have got paid.
I know, right?
Hey,
Everyone
I
in
love
that
it,
draft
man.
should have got paid. That was great for letting him go.
I think that's great value right there. Get into Sean. There's not too many people after him that I mean, you know, throw me a Matt Ryan, of
You could
course.
have got him with the last pick, dude.
Mr.
Like you're saying,
4000.
nobody's going after him.
Probably
Somebody
could have got him
always
later.
does.
Definitely with this group.
Yeah. So again, just know your draft. Know who you're drafting against, and we'll see. So anyway, I'm good. Corey knows.
Frank,
We talked about it already. We already talked it out. We hugged it out already.
Frank,
And he had it going so well.
Because he won't play, Daniel. That's what
Yeah.
Frank's thinking. No, we're not doing PST. We're busy,
it's the
man.
commissioner's
We're doing it
exempt.
Wednesday.
It's the commissioner's exempt list. So those are the words. That's what we're worried about.
Yeah.
Because if there's no resolution, if
answer.
it's not all
Both for
completely
sure.
waived, you know, that's what it is. So again, you can go ahead and do it. It's just not where I'm not, you know, wasting draft capital there. Like you said, if we can get him second to the last
round,
by all means, go ahead.
Yeah,
But not with
then
your
get him
6th or
then.
7th
You know what I
pick,
mean?
man. That's too important.
Yeah,
Too important to your
that's
team.
way too important. Yeah, way too.
That's all we're
important.
saying. But to each their own.
I think he's innocent, but whatever. Moving on.
Couldn't have said it better myself, NYG guy. His certainty is unwanted.
Too
Hey, but if
unwanted.
you could steal him in
Double
the late
O.
rounds, say he gets a little early, like a real short suspension, you know?
Wednesday. We'll be doing the PST on Wednesday. Just got to get that out there. Sorry, guys.
No, I'm glad you did. And I said that too. So, Frank, I want you to introduce this next drafter.
Oh, my favorite name. HowieFeltersnach.
Your boy.
That's your boy. Brother from another mother.
And he's even got the shocker as the logo there. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. That's over the top right there.
Ooh, 100 F-bomb alert. We got the F-bomb tracker. Oh, and for the record, somebody texted me.
Money to the
I think it was Dim Boys texted me and said that you dropped an F-bomb during all the Cowboys blasphemy that I didn't even catch because I was laughing so hard. So we actually were tied 1-1 on that last episode. So you did not win that last episode. We were tied on the official review. I threw a challenge flag. Yeah, I was like, I threw a challenge flag, and it was definitely upheld. So anyway,
it upheld.
Frank's got to be the winner.
So anyway, go ahead with Howie. How you feeling about Howie?
You know, I like the QBs and Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. They're talking up Hurts a lot now. And I like him. I had him last year. You know, now that he's going to have the full reins and an off season and everything else, I think it'll work out for him. I like the fact that he runs. I mean, he's basically got the same quarterbacks, really. You know what I mean? Adams, you know, the uncertainty was going on with Aaron Rodgers there. Don't care for it too much. I think he's going to have a drop off depending on who's, you know, actually throwing to him. And CEH has never been my favorite. And then he drops down to, you know, Mostert, where he saved himself, really, basically, I think. If he keeps, you know, beating the RB1 in San Francisco, he's going to get some points up there. I like CeeDee Lamb and Godwin. You know, overall, I think it's a B+.
I was in that range. I came in at a B-, and it's just because there's some guys in there, like you said, that I just don't like, you know, personally. Myself, you know, like I kind of told you guys before, Devontae Adams was auto-picked for him. But again, sometimes those things happen, so you kind of have to deal with, you know, what happens there. And, you know, again, he's just kind of missing a true RB1 on this team. You know, he does have some pieces where he could probably, you know, trade off. Because, again, you know, when you're looking at Adams, Lamb, Godwin, and Sutton, I know, you know, Dustin would be ecstatic to get Sutton as his wide receiver 4.
Right?
So, you know what I mean? And it even sounds like you're even on board for that, not even knowing and liking who's
4,
throwing to him. But yeah, that's what I mean. So
no,
it's
that's
like
solid.
You know, absolutely. So he should be able to trade out of that. You know, can he package, you know, like a Godwin and an Edwards, or even like a Godwin and a Mostert to trade up to like a Montgomery or, you know, someone like that. You know, that's, you know, why we play. we'll see. Can you pull it off?
Yeah, I think he would have been better off taking the RB1 right there instead of Adams. But hey,
right.
Yeah,
and that's what
when you're
auto
pulling a
pick
wide
will get you.
receiver one, yeah, hey, that happens.
Yeah, see,
Overall,
look,
so
NYG guy's happy with Sutton for his wide receiver too. So,
exactly, people are just forgetting.
well, Sutton, he corrected himself.
did you throw this up in here? I need some
Which
competition
one?
in here.
Oh, there we
Hurts is
go.
a bum.
Yeah, see, Wilson has the only A of the night so far. Oh, we're getting there, Wilson. Don't worry, we're getting there.
Yeah, you're one guy too early.
we're getting there now. Now there's a run of A's coming, so be careful.
Hey, because LuCamp's got a solid team.
So here we go.
I
You want
like
to lead
it.
in it?
Yeah, hey, you guys could take the floor, but I definitely like what he did. When you're pulling a Julio Jones in the 6th round, and then you're getting a number 1 running back after that, Etienne's not taking his job. I'm not buying that. Not drinking the Kool-Aid yet. I'd have to see it. Man, and Mike Williams is another sleeper that we don't talk about a lot on the show. Mike Williams getting a lot of praise. He's going to be the one stretching the field over there.
Yeah, but we hear this every
solid.
year. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for the Mike Williams hype again. I mean, again, if you can get him late like that, I'm good. But don't fall for that. Every year it's the same
11th round.
man. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like that's,
I
but
hear
you can get him off the wire. Like you know what I mean. He was on the wire till like week 6 or 7 last year. So don't fall for drafting him this year, guys. In a
It's like a
super
rookie
Hey,
flex.
getting
set or
Zach
something.
Moss that late. Hey, pulling a Jameis Winston. Like, hey, I like it. I just think he's got a lot of depth. You could tell the people that are really, they're here in the late rounds. Dude, some of us just thrive. Like, once we're getting around 12, 13, it's like, man, I got like 4 or 5 more guys that I want to draft. Like, that's where I like it. It's kind of easy when you're in the first, 1 through 8 rounds. Like, you kind of know what you want to do. It's after that what counts. I like what he did that late. Oh, we got what? Another A plus.
Ooh,
Oh man,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
And in fire.
See, that's
Spit
what I'm
fire,
talking about, baby.
You get the mic now.
Just call me Dylon. I spit hot fire. Got Dim Boys and say getting caught up in the chat. He's agreeing with the Sutton wide receiver 2. Oh, we have a LORDoFANTA sighting. What's up, Fanta?
Just to hate on me. Hey, he came in. Get out of here, Fanta. Talk about 11th round. Talk about 11th round, Fanta.
Hey,
what do you want
keep
from me?
telling him, Fanta. I'm telling you, man. Get out of here with that. I just gave him that blasphemy. Just rewind it a little bit. As you could tell, I got one of these, so you know it was a hot take. So go back and take a look at it.
Pittman. Pittman's the next pick. That's what we should be talking about.
There we
Get
go.
out of here.
Get out of here. That's too funny.
Hey,
but yeah, man.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. But yeah, I mean,
My
I got
just pissing me off right before I graded his draft.
I know you should have waited one more team now. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, a little early. My bad, fans.
My dad always taught me like never.
So what is the grade on LuCamp
after he's done?
I got an A.
For sure.
I'm at A, man. I'm at A. The one thing I do want to point out on this team, though, is again he follows the get right blueprint, as I like to kind of call it. I'm sure somebody else maybe came up with this blueprint some other place, but we all found it here this year. This getting your 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks in those first 4 picks, and then smashing those wide receivers. But after that wide receiver 2, you don't have to go wide receiver 3 there. If there's a nice RB2 still available, go get your RB3 before you get your wide receiver 3. That's what I really wanted to point out in this draft. To me, that's very important. If you can grab a guy here that, can have some potential of having some RB1, finishes during the year, then that's a perfect RB3 to get, and then just come back and get that, wide receiver 3 after that, because there's still plenty of wide receivers on the board. So again, I just wanted to point that out. Everything else just basically follows the blueprint, including getting Irv Smith back down in the 12th again. So I'm loving that.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you just said. Even just I was going to mention the Irv Smith pick, and even Michael Gallup way late like that. Look at the disrespect. You know what I mean? Like that dude may have a comeback season this year, and things are looking good in Dallas, and he might surprise some people there. So I like all the picks. I gave it an A as also.
Very nice.
Hey, we gave high grades. let's give low grades. I'm dropping F minus. Hey,
Damn.
hey, F
Fanta,
minus.
you
No,
did it to yourself, my guy.
nah. Hey, I can't even lie.
That's
I
funny.
don't like the names. Obviously, Swift. I think you could do better there. This is one of the better teams in this whole entire draft. So as much as I wanted to hate on you, I really like what he did. You were kind of just reaching for these quarterbacks here at the end in case something happens. But I would win Winston over Taysom. But that's just me. So, but overall, man, a lot of these names are people that I really like. So Carter, Lockett, Thielen, I think all of them are slept on. Monty, Herbert, and then you're getting Kelsey too. Like, you got the best tight end off the board. Like, man, I like what you did for sure. And I can't disrespect Baker. What do you guys think? Is this the best grade so far? Or
no,
best draft?
Just like you said, because of the whole QB 3-4 kind of situation there, that's what just kind of drops it for me. Again, doesn't have like a true RB1, has 2 high-end RB2s, I believe, and then just that
That's what
RB
dropped it
depth
for me.
behind it. Yeah, and then just the RB depth behind it is a little bit unknown, although I do love those picks, so don't get me wrong.
Carter and
I
Gainwell,
definitely like taking them. Yeah. But again, to me, if you just insert an RB1 here, again, you take out Kelsey and you put Derrick Henry on this team instead of Kelsey, and you give me a Tanyan or a Nerf Smith down there at the end instead of a Elijah Moore, then this is an A+ team. So it just, again, to each their own. Yeah, I mean, you can consider
So
Kelsey
what's your
your
grade
RB1, but B+.
B+? I'll just give it a straight
Yeah.
B. Straight B. Just
dropped a little more.
Same. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with Kelsey number 1. It just doesn't seem.
I can't hate on it, man.
I know, but I mean, I wouldn't pass on Derrick Henry though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just my thinking. You know what I mean? Like, even Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb, I would be happy, ecstatic to have either one of these guys over Kelsey. Like, that's just me.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, I think Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb will outscore Kelsey. You know what I mean? So if you're going by just pure points, you got to look at it that way. You know what I mean?
I think it's the other way around. Dustin, do you have that stat right there? I want to say in a PPR, did Kelsey score more than Derrick Henry last year in a PPR format? Because I want to say he might have. If not,
I don't know.
It's a little closer. I mean, God, Henry had 2,000 freaking yards. I don't know how he falls to the 11th pick, but that's okay.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I would take Henry over Kelsey, anyways, regardless of that. And it's still the RB2 status that he's got going on.
No,
that's why I just give him a
not
B.
even close.
Yeah, I'm
What's
right there with you.
Total?
Sorry, Frank.
What's the point?
But not
What's
even
the season
close.
total?
So Derrick Henry, total points 314.
Oh yeah, he smashed him. There's no way Kelsey's near that. Like,
Kelsey's at
207. 250s. Oh wow, he didn't even get to like 250s.
Hey, but Kelsey,
and that's my point.
Besides Waller,
and that's my point. If you're just going for points,
hold on,
Frank.
Hold on, Frank. Kelsey at 207, almost 208. Waller's second best at 171, and then a huge drop to Robert Tonyan at 124.
Yeah.
So I mean, just not even. Dude, Kelsey's blowing these people out of the water like huge.
Yeah, he's blowing the other tight ends out and everything else, and but that's a big drop between like, Derrick Henry and Kelsey.
I'm gonna say in a very nerdy term here, the positional advantage you gain with taking Kelsey, you lose by not taking Henry.
Exactly.
So it's a wash, if not negative, at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're better off going with Chubb. Like you said, I think Chubb outproduced him. So like you could have gone wrong with either one of those picks over him. But again, that's just us. Again, if you come back around and get him, Henry and then Kelsey, you go Henry and then Kelsey, we'll see. So all right, we're gonna lose Dustin here for a second, but he'll come back. But again, I think that was a good kind of breakdown of that team. So I guess we can move on here to riding in a rover. I know Dustin's going to be upset.
Oh yeah,
we'll let him reset it again. Riding in a rover.
I mean, I'll take it off with him because he did take the Derrick Henry, the guy that I would have took instead of Kelsey over here. You know what I mean? And he follows it up with Barkley. 2 solid running backs, follows up with 2 QBs in Stafford and Brady, and then does the wide receiver run. I mean, this is textbook, just like Mike did earlier, and just kind of instead of switching the positions, Mike did the QB running back QB thing, but he just stuck with two running backs, 2 QBs, and then just run one wide receivers. The rest of it did that, just taking up, Ben Roethlisberger as his third, for Fournette, Pittman, I like Tanyan, for where he got him, whatever, you know what I mean, at that point, because
Right.
the rest of his team's so solid,
tight
you know what I
end.
mean?
Yeah.
And Madison, I mean, I don't know, you could just take, I guess Bateman was already taken or somebody else, but he's always on the
Barely.
available on the waiver wire. So I mean, whatever, at that point it didn't matter. It was still an A team. I mean, the top of it is already just enough that it carries the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it does.
Yeah. And just real quick before I get into mine, is Frank on Twitter? You on Twitter, Frank?
Not yet. No.
Frank don't do Twitter. Well,
One day.
Frank did do Twitter, but somebody stole his Twitter, and he's in the process of trying to get it back. So,
Which is impossible because I don't remember what the handle was, and apparently, if you don't know the handle, then you can't get it. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get the handle if I don't remember what it was? I got my email address, which I verified multiple times, and there's obviously no help over there. So,
Hey, there's
so don't mention that. I'm gonna put it up one more time.
Just a
second. Just a second. Just to get him riled up here. What do we got here? This has might agree with that, but my eye test says last year that was wrong. The dude dropped. At least, so chat's going off crazy. They're talking about Jerry Jeudy in there, about him being Butterfingers or not, blaming the practice wide receiver that's throwing them the ball in the games, saying it's Judy's fault and whatnot. But yeah, so them boys.
He didn't amount to the receivers that went before him. So
right.
Hey, does this guy got to throw a dollar into the? Does this guy got to throw a dollar in?
Who's throwing a dollar in where?
For dropping the F-bombs.
Oh, he's dropping the F-bomb on the chat. There we go. All right, NYG guy. It's 1-1 to 0-0. You're now in this, my guy. Swear jar. You're in the swear jar police now.
He's in the swear jar.
Dustin might get his wish now and actually ban you for that. No, I'm just kidding. But again, just remember, man, my son's watching. My little guy's watching. No, but it's all good. I'm sure they hear worse at school.
Yeah.
But again, literally my notes for this team. This was my notes. In just 2 words. Nailed it. I mean, that's all I gotta say. So
that's it.
That's it. Ridinroundinarover.
I liked it.
Say that one more time, and I'm good.
I mean, visually, that's the one my eye test.
Hey, I lost connection, but I'll tell you too. By far, in my opinion, the best draft that we got for the night. So
just doesn't get the A+ because the RB3. I mean, I would just like a little more proven RB3. But again, at that point where he got him with the rest of the team, it's an A. So
mine was a tight end. I'm not a big fan of tight end. We all know that. He had that one big game. I think that's why his points are inflated. But overall, team's killing it.
That's it.
Between Truth Pilot 44,
new drafter.
Right? Hey, we're glad to have you. You were right there for me. Like the Chubb and Elliott. Okay. Henry and Saquon. Like, I mean, you guys stole it. So 11th and 12th picks, like you guys, hey, did your thing for.
Oh, we're losing you. You're turning into a robot.
Out. I was about to say.
Yeah, like reset yourself again. Audio. I want you to get that give us that take back. But I'll pick it up. So just Truth Pilot, new drafter. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you getting in here with this draft. He actually filled one of the spots for someone that wasn't able to ready up prior to it. So again, thank you for that, being on standby, and came in and had a nice draft, man. Usually first time drafters in here don't usually get too good of a grade with us, just because again we kind of grade through our get right glasses over here. But for the most part, pretty much nailed it, getting 2 high-end RB1s right off the bat. Goes in and kind of sneaks in that wide receiver one before grabbing his 2 quarterbacks. I think he's hurting just a little bit there. Hold on, let me just switch this so that's not like driving people crazy, because we can do that until we get them back. Where was I? Oh yeah, so in regards to the QB, because he kind of snuck in and got that wide receiver 1 right there in Justin Jefferson, it kind of shifted his QB tier down just a bit. So again, he has to kind of get Rodgers where we don't even know if he's going to play, but obviously, if we assume he plays, he's good. Fields looks like he's going to be starting there. But again, it's just a little bit of question marks with that. But then again, kind of fills out the rest of the team with nice running back depth. I love Edmonds, love Sermon down there where you got him. Singletary is kind of being written off, but as an RB5, I'll take him because if Moss gets hurt, then he is the running back there, and they do use him on passing downs. And I love the Brown and Jones pick there at the end. So I think he just got value at every position. So not a lot of sexy wide receivers there.
No,
but they're blue collar, they're roll your sleeves up type of guys, and they should score you points, man. I mean, Jefferson's sexy, but again, he's up there. So
yeah, no, and I agree, and I think that's where he could have took his wide receivers, at least the wide receiver 2 in the Chase Edmonds Sermon area. Could have took one guy there for wide receiver, and his score would have been a little bit better than it is now. But honestly, if these guys pan out, Robbie Anderson was having a pretty good year last year. Brown's not bad. Jones, where he's getting them last pick, why not? And I think Jared Goff may be saving him because if Fields doesn't, or again, you don't know how he's going to actually play. Yeah. And Rodgers too. Even both of those guys got question marks behind them. And, is Fields starting, and where's Rodgers playing? Is he playing? You know what I mean? At this point, when are we going to find out? When's the countdown? You know the countdown, right?
Well, he apparently reported, or he didn't opt out on Friday the 2nd, last Friday. So we're just kind of in watch and limbo still. So I don't have another update at this point. So anyone in the chat, let us know.
Yeah, anybody know? Like what's up with that? But honestly, I give him a solid B plus. He got room for improvement on the wide receivers, but honestly, he did pretty good.
I disagree.
The QBs, he disagreed.
I disagree
and the QBs.
I think Robbie Anderson is I'm probably going to get tore up in the chat again. Robbie Anderson, he's on a contract year. He's got his boy Darnold back. He hit his 1,000 yards last year. I think he's going to be somebody to pick him up in the 10th round like he did. Gotta love it. I think that's a solid number 2. I think it's kind of a toss-up. We don't know exactly who's going to do what in these middle rounds.
Yeah, Marvin Jones. I like it. Really late, right? I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, the QB situation is where he's weak at. I think that Goff might save him. But if he can figure that out, hopefully Rodgers plays for him, and then he's kicking ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty good team. I think just the wide receivers is where he could, But then, like I said, those guys can pan out for him. We were just saying Jones is really good the last pick.
Yeah, and anchored by Justin Jefferson. Don't forget that up there. So, he's rotating his wide. He's just kind of streaming that wide receiver 2 spot. Jefferson has that one on lock. So,
yeah, for sure.
That's not bad to me when you kind of have that diversity. And again, for me, that's why, again, I like waiting on wide receivers. I'm kind of going to preach this here while we have the moment here at the end of the show, since we didn't actually go past an hour tonight. So I'm proud of us.
Oh, wow. We did good.
Yeah, we're time to drop some F-bombs.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could just exactly. We could just go all crazy here. But no, to me, I'd rather have that flexibility on wide receiver and not having guys that you're kind of stuck with starting, the whole start your stud situation. If you're going to take, I like having running backs where they're basically kind of matchup proof, because there's not one guy that can just shut out a running back. Whereas if you have a shutdown corner, that's literally what those guys do, is they're going to ruin your week as far as what your expectations are. Your Xavier Howards, your, insert all the other shutdown cornerbacks there. But basically, they can just take them out of the game or just make it really difficult on them. Whereas it takes like a more of a team effort to shut down a running back, and they just get 15 to 20 opportunities, more so than 5 to 8 or 10 catches in a game to make an impact on it. So again, if you're going to hedge your bet, hedge it on the wide receiver side. Wait there. Just again, you can play those matchups a little better than you can play running back matchups. So anyway, hope you guys got to enjoy that chat for a little bit while I had my little PSA there. Thank you guys.
Right.
Yeah. The rest of the audience can wake up now.
Of the day.
Yeah, you guys can wake up now. Sorry.
Well, awesome. Hey, well, thanks for being around, guys. Dustin's over here getting ready. But I'll let him take us away here, man.
Hey, we appreciate it. We're gonna stick around in the chat. We love having you guys. Do better. Hey, we had a lot of horrible drafting. Starting off with the 1 spot here. We're not going to jump on.
Oh, he froze on us.
Yeah,
again,
that kind
right
of
on
set the
his
tone for
outro.
this, right?
What?
No, he's right
No,
there.
you're back now.
No, you're
Oh,
right
was that
there.
a half?
You're right there. You're
That
right
was
there.
a
You're right
half
there.
F-bomb. That was a half
Hey,
F-bomb.
we just hit a
We
I was
heard
gonna
it.
just hit
say.
an hour. Frank, Anthony, appreciate you guys. Like always, chat, keep it going. We're gonna stick around. Dude, roll your sleeves down.
Let's do it. We're
Hey,
out.
thanks for having us, guys. It was a good show, man. See you guys next time.